What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube land? This is another episode of ZamSports. Doing a special episode right after my live, um, due to the fact that YouTube kind of wanted to play games with your boy. You understand? You don't like that, man. They try to play the games with your boy. Mad that I had all the intakes, mad that I had all of the highlights as far as what was going on with the Super Bowl, right? That I initiated by myself. They shut the live down, but they didn't copyright it or actually put a strike on it. So that video is still up. There was a live debate on there between me and Game Izzy Blitz. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. Also, we had our brother, you know what I'm saying, Joshua the Levite, you know what I'm saying, to come up on there, diehard Seahawks fan, to give us his insight on the game. Make sure you guys go and check that out. But we're going to continue forward, right, to pick up with a little bit more with what I wanted to talk about, to go into further detail as far as what we've seen in this game. As you guys see, congratulations, man, to the new Super Bowl champs. You know what I'm saying? Seattle Seahawks. This is their second Super Bowl in franchise history, which is a good thing, right? And we're going to dive deep into how they really won the Super Bowl. And also, as you guys see the title, yo, what's next? Right? What is next for the Seattle Seahawks? How do you move forward after a convincing victory in this matter, especially on the defensive end, where you didn't look that good on the offensive end except for Kenneth Walker? How do you move forward, moving forward, right, with what you have offensively? And we're going to dive deep into this, right? So let's look and see what the world is actually saying, what everybody is saying on social media after their win and the convincing victory, you know what I'm saying, from the Seahawks. Let's see what they got to say, you know what I'm saying. As you guys know, Kenneth Walker is the MVP, Super Bowl MVP. I had my predictions wrong with JSN being MVP, but Kenneth Walker truly showed that he took truly advantage of what the Patriots were doing by sending double coverage at JSN, right? Multiple zone coverages at JSN, which allowed Walker, right, to not be looked upon, because we know that Charbonnet was a starting running back the entire season for the Seattle Seahawks at running back number one. But this is the beautiful thing about football, is that injuries happen, things happen, and it's always about the next man up. It's always about the next man up. And this is something that the Seahawks showed all season, right? That it's about the next man up. And what better example than Kenneth Walker, right? Super Bowl MVP, second round draft pick. Do you understand? On the final year of his rookie contract, by the way. I have to throw that out there. He is definitely going to be on the market on a lot of teams that are going to be interested in wanting to snag this guy, grab this guy, the same way that Clint Kubiak just got snagged, the same way. Y'all know where I'm going. Let me just get straight to it, man. You understand? Let's see what else other people are talking about. As you guys see right here, let's just look at some of these pictures, right? As we see, this is a beautiful moment for the Seahawks, something that a lot of Seattle fans probably thought that they may never have seen again post Russell Wilson. Knowing the fact that that team is always going to be known for the Legion of Boom as far as the last time they won the Super Bowl. And what's interesting is that this team, the Seattle Seahawks, Super Bowl champions, actually put up, statistically, they actually shut down the opponent more than what the Seattle Seahawks did the last time they won, when they won a convincing 43-8 against the Denver Broncos. But y'all can go check that live, you know what I'm saying, and see how I broke that down. As you guys are seeing, Sam Darnold finally got his ring, finally got his championship. And I know that the New York Jets are just shitting bricks right now. Let's just keep it 100, y'all. If this is a perfect story of why that you take your time on developing young quarterbacks, not expecting them in the first few years to win a Super Bowl, because we seen with Drake May, his second year. Oh, everybody's talking about Drake May, second year, second youngest quarterback to make a Super Bowl since Dan Marino. This is where the league is going. You just got to draft right. You just got to know what you're doing. No, it takes experience. It takes trials. It takes tribulations. And clearly we see today with the Super Bowl, and you guys are going to be watching this the next morning. Again, I'm going late, but clearly we've seen from this Super Bowl that Drake may experience his true struggles, his true controversy, because we're talking about the highest rank, the highest realm as far as of NFL football when you're dealing with the Super Bowl. And experience showed that it was the victor when we're seeing the Seattle Seahawks. Sam Darnold having to go through all those years of being moved from team to team. But over the last 2 years, he showed that he got it now. He understands. Because Sam Darnold didn't have the best game, guys. And y'all can go check out my live. It's just about controlling the narrative. You understand? Controlling the narrative. And Sam's Darnold's narrative was to not turn the ball over, which he did not. And so as we see here, right, look at Mike McDonald, man. Hey, look, man, Seahawks, 12s are going crazy right now. If you guys actually watched the game, it sounded like a home game to the Seahawks. Why? We on the West Coast. You mean to tell me that these diehard New England Patriot fans was going to catch flights to come all the way over here and pay over $2,000 for a Super Bowl ticket, you know what I'm saying, to on the West Coast in San Francisco in the Bay Area? When it's nothing but a 13-hour drive over here where I'm staying at right now in the Pacific Northwest, 10 minutes away from Seattle? Come on, man. This was a 12 party the entire time. And Mike McDonald is well deserving, you know what I'm saying, of this moment. I said on my last live that I felt that even though Mike Vrabel, it was a good choice to pick him for the not MVP, but Coach of the Year. I still feel personally that Mike McDonald should have won this award due to the schedule of difficulty, being the fact that they are in the NFC West. It's the toughest division. And I said the same thing about JSN, that, hey, JSN should have won this jump. And isn't it funny how JSN put on a great performance against the Los Angeles Rams, where Matt Stafford won the MVP. And here in the Super Bowl, you got Mike McDonald winning the Super Bowl, but Mike Vrabel won Coach of the Year. It's funny how that works. Football gods never lie. You understand? Make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe too, man, as we going through this. All right, and this was the story for the Seahawks, not the Seahawks, but the Patriots the entire night. Just look at the reactions. You got Seahawks scoring touchdowns. Just look at this, man. Look at this. All right, look at Mike McDonald. So inspirational, man. Pumped up. At this point, these guys know it. And it's 12-0 at this point. These guys know it. I knew it at halftime that it was over with. Why? Because of the defensive schemes that Seattle was actually painting up. It was beautiful, man. We're talking about 75% of the game, they are sending a 4-man rush. And yet the Patriots offensive line could not be able to handle that. Right? Speaking of offensive line that could not handle that, right? While everybody wants to talk about Shedeur, let's talk about this guy, right? Who was in the top 15 draft pick, right? Top 10 draft pick. What's really going on with Will Campbell, man? It says, this is from Backbone 5. It says, unfortunately, this is probably the worst free agent class in the past 20 years. and probably the worst draft class in the past 10 years. Also, as long as they keep Will Campbell at left tackle instead of guard where he belongs, everything else will fail. And this is very interesting because, I mean, he was moved to a different position, but we're talking about first round draft talent. When you are a first round draft talent as an offensive tackle or on the offensive lineman side of it as a position, it doesn't matter where they put you, whether it's center, right guard, left guard. It doesn't really matter. Right tackle, left tackle. You should be able to make an impact at that position being drafted that high. And y'all see the picture. They got him with the little man arms. We see a lot of people that walk around like this, man. Because that's how he played today, with the little man arms, y'all. He's 90% of the reason why that the Seattle Seahawks was able to just literally get pressure on Drake May with a 4-man rush literally the entire game. Right? Dep Dash said that Will Campbell got exposed all season long. What a waste of a first round pick. And that's why I'm telling y'all that it ain't about, a lot of times it's not about mock drafts. It's not about what everybody's saying. When it comes down to these type of games, as far as the Super Bowl, it's not about notoriety. It's not about what everybody is saying about you. What are you going to bring? Are you going to show us why people are talking about you? Because clearly Will Campbell did not understand that concept to the point that, hey, man, even when the Patriots got any type of pressure, bro, you had Sam Darnold that was able to show his scramble skills and be able to scramble out of the pressure to create offense. I talked about this earlier on my live, right? One of the biggest turning points of the play of the game for Sam Darnold's sake was that scramble for about 14 yards where he juked this defender right here on the cutback, as you guys are seeing, right? Even more. He's already got him cooked right here, man. The defender's planted on his left foot. Darnold has already planted his right, taken off to his left. It's over with. Okay? And y'all see the results. It was plays like this, guys, that made the difference for the Seattle Seahawks. Plays like this where the Patriots was able to finally get pressure on Sam Darnold, because that Seahawks offensive line only allowed 1 sack the entire game. I want y'all to hear that. The entire game. You want to talk, and we talk about the Cowboys offensive line, all these other offensive linemen. We're even talking about the Seattle defense, but what about that Seattle offensive line, though? Can we give them some credit? Right? Can we give them some credit? We got to give them some credit, y'all. Because at the end of the day, y'all seen the impact that it had. What happened, right? We got to keep these things in perspective, right? In perspective. As we're looking at some of these Seahawks right here, y'all, look how they feeling. Y'all see the vibe in the locker room. Come on, man. It's well deserved. They technically been the underdogs in the NFC the entire season, despite the fact that they had a 14-3 record. Because, you know, how the media pushes things, they're going to look at the teams that they feel, as far as dealing with the cities, are more marketable, like the San Francisco 49ers, even though they're not even in San Francisco. As y'all seen today, they in Santa Clara. Was that the weather that we seen today? Let's look up the weather report. What was the weather in San Francisco compared to Santa Clara? You know what they trying to do? They got to market. And, you know, you're going to have your whistleblowers and conspiracy theorists that will say that this game was rigged. And it could have been. The revenge of the Seahawks. The revenge. Part 2, Seahawks versus Patriots. The revenge of the Seahawks. I mean, but, you know, that's for another day. But y'all see the vibes, man. Ski glasses. You understand? Super Bowl championship hats. You understand? In the camera, talking your stuff, chugging the beers like Stone Cold Steve Austin. You understand? Shout out to the Seahawks, man. Well deserved. Well deserved. Right? It's a moment. And you know, and I feel bad for JSN. You had your best year under Clint Kubiak, but guess what? He's coming to the Raiders. Hard work, dedication. You understand? Shout out to my brother Sonny Boy. Hard work, dedication. That's what my team represents. We just haven't shown it in quite some time because of personnel decisions. But Clint Kubiak put on a masterful offensive game plan. You guys don't realize if you watch the game, he changed his game plan. Look at the first half. They only put up 9 points. Clearly the best defensive performance by the New England Patriots the entire year. That first half. If you don't think so, go back and watch the tape. For Kenneth Walker to damn near put up almost 100 yards. He had 94 yards, I believe, in the first half, if I'm mistaken. 6 yards a carry in the first half. I mean, we're talking about time of possession. We're talking about control of the football. And yet, the Patriots were able to hold the Seattle Seahawks to 9 points. Very, very impressive. But when you got somebody that is a genius like Clint Kubiak, who's now the coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, I'm just waiting for the announcement. Probably tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised. I'm just keeping it 100. The adjustment that Kubiak made in the second half has a very huge significance on why Seattle won this game. Because best believe the Patriots were paying attention. And they made adjustments. Shout out to Mike Vrabel. But this game came down, guys, to who has the most playmakers. When it gets tight, when it gets real knit, who has the most playmakers? And clearly, Seattle has more offensive playmakers than the Patriots has on the offensive end. Clearly, the Seahawks have more defensive playmakers than the Patriots have on the defensive end. And we've seen it because I said, guys, I literally predicted it way before it happened on social media. Go quote me, go follow me. Look at the ZamSports channel. Go look at the community post. I said that whoever gets the first turnover is going to be the winner. And clearly the Seattle Seahawks booked their ticket to a Super Bowl victory, their second Super Bowl. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right? I mean, just look at this. Well deserved, man. Especially after the last Super Bowl appearance where you could have handed the ball off to Marshawn Lynch. Instead, you tried to make Russell Wilson the face of the league by trying to throw a cross route, man. At the 1 yard line. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, man? Well deserved, man. Look at Mike Madonna. I mean, this is just beautiful, man. This is what football is about, right? And that's how they was feeling all night. Look at this, man. Shout out to Danny. Right, he posted this. Nothing to do with the post, but oh, go Seahawks. They did it. See that? Look at that. Look at that. Shake that belly, man. All right, they eating good tonight, y'all. These 12 fans are eating good tonight. You understand? They're eating good tonight, y'all. So back to Will Campbell. And this is the thing, y'all, is that, you know, you got stuff like this, like the combine. This is where a lot of NFL analysts, agents, things of that nature, scouts, they go to these type of events, which are just drills. Let's just keep it honest, man. This is nothing but a Pro Bowl, man. They talk about the Pro Bowl, but as we're looking at this is the Pro Bowl. This is not going to dictate what you're gonna do on the Super Bowl when you got 365-pound defensive linemen coming at you, 320 soaking pounds wet, athletic coming at you, 5 or maybe 4.8 speed. Because Will Campbell was exposed the entire time, guys, this entire game. But it was this 40-yard dash that propelled him into the first round. Oh my gosh. And I know that the Patriots fans are probably shitting on Will Campbell. And you know what, Will Campbell, if you're watching, man, I'll say this. Welcome to the NFL, man. Welcome to 2026, the year of exposure as it continues to keep going. We have here the so-called internet. You allowed 2 sacks. Both of those sacks were key pivotal moments in the game that literally changed the momentum in the favor of Seattle Seahawks. What are we talking about? But they got Shedeur Sanders. That's another story. They got Shedeur Sanders 5th round. That's another story. Right? Let's see what Kenneth Walker had to say.
It means a lot. I got my mom, my dad, and my little brother. It means a lot, especially my little brother and my dad. My dad, he comes out to Seattle all the time to watch games, but he never goes to the game because he don't like crowds. So this is his first NFL game, and, we won a Super Bowl. So it means a lot to me, and I know you're proud of me for real. I wasn't the one that convinced them, actually. My agent convinced them to come out here. So I didn't think he would come. They ended up miking him up and everything. So he got out of his comfort zone.
That's beautiful, man. He's got his family coming down to visit. They mic'd up, able to enjoy the moment. 2nd round draft pick. Never would they probably thought that they would see their son in the Super Bowl, let alone Super Bowl MVP, be the pivotal impact as far as why the Seahawks won the game on the offensive side of the ball. Because even if Kenneth Walker didn't even put up the numbers that he did, they would have won this game anyway. The game was won at halftime, 12-0. Even if Kenneth Walker didn't put up the yards that he put up in the first half with damn near 94 yards rushing in the first half, the Seahawks still would have won that game. The game was won when they got the first field goal. Because after the Patriots got the ball back, we seen their first drive. Right? Couple of running plays to Lamondre Stevenson. Right? Get to 3rd down after gaining about maybe 6 yards. You got about 3 yards left, maybe 4 yards left to get the first down on your first drive. And then you decide to try to throw a out route to a receiver. And Love just straight up just all over it from the Seattle Seahawks at cornerback position. I can point to so many moments, y'all, that the impact of the defense literally changed the whole outcome of the game. I just knew it. Even at 3-0, I had in my mind, you know what? I had no doubt in my mind that the Seahawks was going to win this thing, man. Defensively. Time of possession, man. It's very key. Let's see what Clint Kubiak has to say after his victory.
Yeah. That's up.
What does the future look like as a head coach in this league for you? Because it's going to happen.
Yeah. That's up to God, and we're gonna enjoy tonight. Yeah.
So no answers on the network.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys know I'm going to Las Vegas, so I'm fired up about it. But tonight, one more for one more night. Hell yeah, I'm going. Of course I'm going. Yeah.
Oh, did y'all hear that? Oh my gosh. This is why I'm saying, y'all. The Seahawks, y'all Seahawk fans out there, y'all know I'm a Raider fan, right? If y'all watching ZamSports, I'm a Raider fan, die hard. Born and raised. Never left. No matter what seasons we've gone through. Oh, y'all know we've gone through a lot, especially this year. Y'all have any type of questions of what's going on as far as the Raiders heads coaching? Here's your answer.
Enjoy tonight. Yeah.
So no answers on the network.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys know I'm going to Las Vegas, so I'm fired up about it. But tonight, one more for one more night. Hell yeah, I'm going. Of course I'm going. Yeah.
Just confirm.
Of course he's going. Of course he's going. Why not? You just won the Super Bowl. You just led the Seattle Seahawks to the second Super Bowl. You just called such perfect plays to cover up for Sam Darnold. You know what I'm saying? Despite the fact that the New England Patriots was giving their best defensive performance in the first half. I mean, just this is all set up. You got Fernando Mendoza coming. I mean, I'm excited. Now, this is not about the Raiders. We're not going to talk too much about it. I'm going to do a whole nother episode on that. Right? But if I'm the Seahawks right now, man, hey, I'm shitting bricks right now. Because how are you going to replace this? Who are you going to replace with this? We've already seen all the other good offensive coordinators that were available during this coaching hiring after the season ended. You got to go look for scraps now. So this is one of the things I'm looking for as far as the Seahawks. Like, hey, is this really a dynasty? If it is a dynasty, it's going to start with Mike Macdonald. I want to see what Mike Macdonald is going to bring on the offensive end as far as play calling after losing Clint Kubiak, who clearly says, hey, y'all know what it is. I'm a Las Vegas Raider head coach. Ooh, I love it, y'all. I love it. So Chase Daniels said that Clint Kubiak is an offensive genius. And I like, and make sure y'all follow Chase Daniel, man. Right? If y'all didn't know about his career, you know what I'm saying, man, he was awesome at Missouri. All right. Played a little backup, you know what I'm saying, with the Kansas City Chiefs. Right. But he's very, very good when it comes to his breakdowns and analysts when it comes to quarterback play. Okay. So as he says, Clint Kubiak is an offensive genius. He set up Sam Darnold's touchdown pass from the first play of the Super Bowl. This is elite play calling. The Seahawks are going to miss him next year. And this is what I've been saying. It's a bittersweet. Enjoy your moment, guys. Because if you don't, as Seahawks fans, if y'all don't get a good offensive coordinator like you guys just had, y'all not about to repeat. But if you can get anywhere close with the personnel and the players that you guys have, I can see this being a dynasty. So look at this.
Clint Kubiak is an absolute genius. He's been setting this touchdown up from play one of the Super Bowl. All right, this is the very first play of the game. Clint Kubiak's an offensive genius. Look at this. He's been setting up the touchdown pass that Sam Darnold had from play one. There's 2 tight ends, 3 receiver side. It looks to me like the Patriots might be in too high, but they end up rolling down to single high. This safety has flat control. Watch how fast this safety flies up into the line, leaving just the corner right there to keep everything in this deep third. All right, and it's a huge play, but they get outside for a first down. All right, first trip in the red zone for the Seahawks on the first drive. This is also the first drive. Look at this, 3-by-1. I know that's Cooper Kupp. Shaheed right there, down safety again to a 3-by-1 set. Okay, look at the 3-by-1 set. Outside zone, right? Look how fast this safety goes up, and there's all this space. All you have to do is clear out this safety, right? So they get very little gain right here. But the fact is, Clint Kubiak knows it's going to be single high zone. Here's the touchdown. They've been setting it up all game, starting a 2-by-2, but we're going to short motion over here to Barner. Okay, they're in a single high zone. There's one safety high. Even better, the corners press. Watch Barner go on motion right there, right? They're going to sell outside zone. You sell outside zone. What do we say about the flat defender and the hook curl defender? They've been setting this up all game long. Wide open touchdown. Let's see it from the back view because it's even better right there. You're going to get in a 2-by-2 formation, right? You're going to motion Barner over. Once you motion Barner over, okay, now you get it right here. You get them to insert. Boom. Flat defender as the down safety, not so fast. He is going to be wide open for a huge touchdown.
And hey, man, Chase Daniel, man, dropping those bombs, man. And what better way than to hear it from, you know what I'm saying, a former quarterback who's played this game, you know what I'm saying, who's been in these positions. Maybe not in this high of level, you know what I'm saying, as far as the Super Bowl, but definitely been in these positions as far as being under pressure, being able to read defenses, right? This is extraneous, right? Excellent analyst and breakdown, you know what I'm saying, just dealing with this play alone. So shout out to Chase Daniel, man. Make sure you guys go subscribe. Search him on YouTube as well, as he just started his own YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Search him as well. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys subscribe to his membership. But we appreciate Chase Daniel, you know what I'm saying, for bringing that out, because this is just really showing, guys, man, like what's really going on with this entire Super Bowl. We could possibly be potentially be looking at the next super team. These guys are young, man, especially on the defensive end. Don't get it twisted. They're very young. So be on the lookout for this, man. Right? Be on the lookout for this. Now, I want y'all to look at this. My brother Joshua the Levi brought this out, right? This may have been one of the key points in the game. I thought that it was the fumble dealing with Derek, you know what I'm saying, Hall, who had 2 sacks and a forced fumble early on, you know what I'm saying? But I did post and say that the team, you know what I'm saying, that gets the first turnover is going to be the team that's going to win the game. Now, I want to say that this was the second turnover, but this turnover actually led into points, as you guys are seeing here with Devin Witherspoon. Again, I also said this too, that this is going to be a defensive game. It was looking like that earlier, because when you look at like the first quarter, especially, a lot of attacks on both ends of the teams on the defensive side, when attacking the corners, from the left side, from the right side, from the edges, along with bringing, you know what I'm saying, flash blitzes, as far as dealing with, you know what I'm saying, outside linebackers. This was a genius defensive play calling, especially on the side of the Seahawks. I mean, look at that, man. I mean, Drake May just does not have any chance whatsoever. Has no clue what's coming. Will Campbell just getting beat on all forms. I can't even make this stuff up, man. Right? It was nothing but it was like a home game for the Seattle Seahawks. All I heard was Seahawks, Seahawks. And I don't blame it. I mean, look at this. Dominant defensive performance by the Seattle Seahawks. Y'all got a lot to be proud of. Now, look, I'm going to show this, y'all. Y'all understand. I'm going to keep it real at ZamSports. You know, you're going to have your people going to say it's rigged. And it could be. Because to have this commercial lined up right after the win is diabolical. Check this out, y'all.
No, it's not for everybody. I ain't even going to hold you. Bitter really is an acquired taste. That's how you know it's not for everybody. But the real ones know where that flavor is. When you get to the bottom of that mug, when there ain't nothing left but that grit, that's where you really appreciate that grind. Because nothing tastes as good as getting your leg back. Tastes good, don't it?
Hey, part of that commercial, I don't know if y'all saw. Let me just try to see if I can actually pause it. I'm about to show it right here. All right. I want to say it was actually of today's Super Bowl. That little quick right there. That was today. Stuff's lined up, guys. I'm trying to tell y'all. Right? But these players and everybody else, they don't really know what's going on, man. They just out there giving it they all. At the end of the day, man. Otherwise, it wouldn't be entertainment. But shout out to Marshawn Lynch, man. Shout out to the 12s. Shout out to the Seahawks and their entire fan base, man. You guys deserve it. Well played. We looking at this right here. I mean, look at what Kenneth Walker put up the entire playoffs, man. And this is what I was telling my brother Bez and my homie Josh, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't got nothing to worry about that Charbonnet went out, because, I mean, look at what Kenneth Walker did when Charbonnet went out. That might have been the best thing that happened to the Seahawks. Charbonnet going out with injury, man, the first playoff game. Come on. Think about it. Because y'all would have missed out on this gem. We're talking 417 yards, 4 touchdowns, 19 missed tackles, which means a lot of people try to tackle him and they're just bouncing off him. Or he's juking right by him with a cut. Come on, man. These are historical numbers, man. right? Let's see how Sam Darnold has to feel after winning his first Super Bowl, after being called a bust.
Traded, benched. You heard it a bunch leading up to the Super Bowl again, right? Like your journey, the top pick, traded, benched. You were at the Super Bowl as a backup 2 years ago. All you've done is win 31 games, right? Obviously, Minnesota, we know what happened there. To actually be here sitting in this chair, you're wearing the shirt, you got the hat on, you just looked at yourself in the Lombardi, man. Like what is going on? What's going on right now? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm not usually a crier or an emotional person.
Go for it.
No, I'm not gonna cry right now, but man, like just to be able to share a moment just now, like 5 minutes ago with my parents, and Katie, my fiance, like my parents,
And shout out to his fiance, man. She definitely holds it down. She's not all up in the camera, you know what I'm saying, like a Taylor Swift, you know what I'm saying, to Travis Kelce, you know what I'm saying. When she is in the camera, she's in the camera for the right moments, you know what I'm saying. She ain't even looking at the camera. She's just looking dead at Sam Darnold's eyes, you know what I'm saying. If you want some real love, you want somebody to love you the way that Sam Darnold's wife looks at Sam Darnold, man. Let's just keep it 100, bro. You know what I'm saying?
they believed in me. They believed in me from when I was a child playing this game. I would make mistakes. I would make mistakes off the field too. They know it. And you know, they would teach me lessons and all these things throughout life, and they just believed in me, you know, throughout my entire career. And I credit them to why I'm still here, why I'm still chasing this dream, because they always believed in me and it allowed me to believe in myself.
Just from a self-confidence standpoint, Sam, your journey, you go to Minnesota, you play well. I know you wanted to stay there. It didn't work out there. Then you come out here, and now you're a Super Bowl champion. To go from that to now, just personally, how does it feel?
I mean, shoot, dude, winning the Super Bowl is pretty special. You know, it doesn't get any better than that in sports, in my opinion.
And that's a beautiful thing, as you guys hear from Sam Darnold's mouth, man. Winning the Super Bowl is just doesn't get any better than that, man. And when you think about these things, this is why it's so important for a quarterback to be able to win a Super Bowl. It establishes your career no matter what happens after that. I mean, when we think about quarterbacks like Trent Dilfer, right? The quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they beat my Raiders in the Super Bowl. I mean, just all these guys, man. Right? Like, that didn't put up great numbers, but just played their role right. They went down in history. Their names are known now because of that Super Bowl run. Sam Darnold's name is going to go down in history, and not only in the history of Seattle, along with Russell Wilson, but also in the league all time because of the story, being called a bust, being drafted in the first round, right? To a terrible team, the New York Jets, who had no clue how to build around him. This is why I love this sport, because it's a team sport. Without the offensive lineman, right? Without the defensive lineman, without the offensive coordinators, without the defensive coordinators, special teams, right? Quarterbacks coach, all these things, all this stuff takes place in team success. But you know, guys, these major networks are not going to talk about this. That's why they didn't really see this coming. I know that everybody, Vegas and everybody, the odds has Seahawks winning, but not by this much. Not like people like me. I called this out. A couple of other people called this out a blowout. There's Seahawks fans who didn't even call it a blowout. They was worried. Come on, man. You're going to get it here at ZamSports.
But it's not because of me. It's because of the guys. Yeah. You know, it's just because of the locker room and the coaches. You know, it's just like the perfect blend of people that are in that building every single day from the top down. Yeah. You know,
and see, that's what the concern is, right? What's going on into next season? What do they do from here? Because you hear it out of Sam Darnold's mouth. It's about the top down. I mean, everybody that's in this building, everybody that's in his organization is responsible for the reason why that the Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl in 2026. But as we lead into the fall of 2026, what are we looking at? Are the Seahawks going to be able to make some moves, you know what I'm saying, after losing Clint Kubiak, you know what I'm saying, their offensive coordinator to the Las Vegas Raiders, my squad, as a head coach, are they going to be able to make adjustments and maybe be able to hire another high-powered offensive mind to keep that offense going? Maybe even take them to higher lengths than what we've seen this season, because we know that the defense is solid, guys. They ain't nothing but young dogs on that defense of the Seattle Seahawks. They not going nowhere. Y'all, everybody in the NFC West, everybody in the NFL gonna see them next year. But what about that offense? You gotta build around Sam Darnold, which is why if I was a Seahawks fan, I'm investing in wide receivers. Just get another one. My brother Bez brought it up like, man, they had the chance to get Ibaka, you know what I'm saying, the receiver from Tampa Bay. And if I pronounce his name wrong, you know what I'm saying, forgive me, but imagine him with JSN. I mean, come on, what are we talking about? So, I mean, I'm on the lookout for this, man. I'm just going to keep it real, right? This is another episode of ZamSports. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys hit that like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed the Super Bowl, man. Drop in the comments, you know what I'm saying, what you think as far as what I brought out, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the situation. Let me know in the comments who you felt was the biggest impact, you know what I'm saying, as far as the Seahawks winning this game. So with that being said, man, make sure you guys catch me live another time or hit that notification button, you know what I'm saying, for these videos to pop up. You understand? So with that being said, man, ZamSports, gone, y'all.